It's finally here. The UCS Venator. Woo! If you're a Clone Wars fan. If you're not, it's okay. Um, that's very controversial, but let's get right into it. The set is $650. That's a lot of money for 5,374 pieces. So if you're a piece count person, that's definitely not good for you. But I mean, not that I use piece count that often, but if you do, it's always something to consider. I think here it doesn't apply as much because it uses a lot of big panel pieces, so usually the price per piece ratio doesn't really apply. Besides that value, if you're looking at the minifigs, which Lego doesn't even want to show you, well, they sort of do because they'll show you Captain Yularen or Admiral Yularen just fine, and he looks like a great fig. He's got the mustache, dual molded legs, and the nice combed hair. He looks good. He looks good. But that's weird. Where's Captain Rex? Hmm? There he is. He's a bit small though. It's almost like Lego's still not proud that he has the helmet warts. And for a $650 set, they couldn't just make a new mold? Really? It just it's so surprising. I mean, this has gone on for a while now with all the clones, and they even for a $650 set, you can't even get that. I'm and it doesn't bother me too much to be honest, but I'm almost more upset for Star Wars, big Star Wars fans. I mean, not that I'm not. You could you could see that, I've bought my fair share of sets. And comparing it to the Razor Crest, I actually think the Razor Crest is probably the best UCS. There's some argument for the AT-AT, and I think that's probably up there too. I'm a big interior guy, so I am a little biased, but like as you can see from here, the only interior that you get is this dinky little hole right here, and get a little nice reference to the builder who did this and the Republic gunship, which was controversial, very controversial. So I'm glad he kind of got some redemption making a set this popular, and at least they got the logo right this time. Am I right, guys? Oh, that's interesting. It's a sticker. You're paying $650 for a sticker. And what's interesting too, because they've already figured out how to print the display. When I say figure out printing, I mean it's not like it's new technology. They could have printed that thing years ago. For the amount you're paying, that should have been a given. The only thing I'd say it doesn't quite benefit from is that with a sticker, you don't see that little hole in the middle. And Lego knows people don't like this hole. With a sticker, you don't see that little hole in the middle. And Lego knows people don't like this hole because with the because with the X-Wing, they photoshopped it out. Mandar Productions, I'm sure, covered this, and you've probably seen it. If not, I definitely recommend it. Yeah, sticker, I think that's definitely a letdown. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got the 20-year sorry, print. I almost said sticker. But yeah, that looks good for 20 years of Clone Wars. It's finally amazing to have a Clone Wars Venator, and the size is amazing. I mean, I know I'm saying a lot of negative things about the set, but it is for what it is. For what it is, it's a really good set, and I say that because there's not too much you can expect, I guess. In terms, I don't know. I would have loved an interior. Man, I know there's like room on the side. I've seen the other reviews from like Solid Brick Studios. Kind of like where the stripes are, and the stripes do look really good, by the way, and very nice, very nice. But yeah, like no interior. I think that's such a bummer. I not even like a little area here on the top where you can put the minifigs in. I know like one of the old Star Destroyers had that, and it was pretty dated, but it was still a cool one. But yeah, it's such a bummer on that. They use those new long tile pieces, which kudos for Lego for making that piece. I think that piece just makes everything look so much nicer. It looks so sleek. But the overall studded to tile ratio, I think that's really well done too. I think like with the Razor Crest, as you can see behind me, even that suffers from having too much tile, makes it not look as Lego. So here, I think it's an appropriate balance. Some people talk about too with the part on top in red. Usually, most of the Venators are in gray, but since this is Anakin's, it's kind of like the main Venator, which I think it's fine. I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, people can replace it. I mean, I've already seen people do it. Again, Solid Brick Studios, so not like that's too much of a problem. I like the little turrets. Those are very cute. I heard they probably get knocked off pretty easily. You guys probably getting okay. Ooh, that's some nice lighting. And that is a fearsome looking angle. The greebling and the angles are phenomenal, I will admit. There's almost no gaps where you can see inside. Maybe like right here, but who cares? I mean, it's so good for what it is. Again, it's amazing. And also, why did that have to be a sticker? Really? Like, it's just Lego loves their stickers. I'm not sure why
Money.
it is, but in the show, that's what it looks like too. So nothing wrong with that. Now the engines in the back are they are quite nice with that translucent blue. It looks pretty slick. It looks really good. I'm sure, the big ones up front, I've heard they sag a little bit, but Lego actually got pretty creative. They kind of attached it on the side too. Really nice and good use of those like power miner pieces. I always love seeing those power miner pieces. Gives me such nostalgia. But yeah, so good there. Let's see if we could see those turrets on the side. Whoo! That definitely gives me Revenge of the Sith vibes with the bird's eye view with all the ships. If you wanted to recreate that, that would cost a whole lot of money, but for some people, I know they would probably spend that much money. Yeah, I mean, I know people are super excited about this set, and I kind of want to just bring up. Ooh, before we bring that up, let's get to the back. The back is surprisingly good, even though you're not really going to see it. The little ladder. That's such a nice inclusion. It's so unnecessary, but it makes the greebling really nice. And the stand, from what I've seen, is far better than looks that man. That man looks tiny compared to that thing. That's a grown man in a weird sweater. Yeah, the stands are so much better than the Star Destroyer. Just they don't wiggle as much. They're a lot more sturdy. And I don't think they take away from the build at all. I think that looks really good for what it is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you're gonna store that thing. I mean, I can barely store the Razor Crest. Yeah. I mean, even if you have your own shelving, I don't know if you could fit it there. I mean, I would suggest maybe storing it vertically. That's a possibility. But I mean, if you have the room, go for it. I doubt most people have the room or the money. But yeah, the turrets, they're like a mini build. They look really nice. Oh yeah, some people say that the kind of like the front part looks like Jar Jar Binks' head. I can definitely see that. Anyway, my final thoughts on this set. I think it's a very gorgeous set for what it is. If you absolutely love the Venator, this is and actually I want to say this too. If you don't have a UCS set, personally I would suggest the Razor Crest, but if you love Clone Wars, this would be a great display. Besides that, I mean, if you're looking for value, I don't say the value's there, especially for the condition of Rex. I mean, with the helmet warts, and he still has that printed waist. They didn't even give him a cloth, but clearly they can because they gave him the cloth thing on the side. I mean, the Rex is still a really good fig. I would recommend that you don't buy this unless you really, 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 really love the Venator. And I know for some people, Clone Wars was a big part of their childhood. I just started getting into it. Uh, I have a lot of thoughts on that, but maybe that's for another video. Ooh, if you subscribe. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't personally buy it, but yeah, but it's a great display. Anyway, thank you and see ya.